This is Frances Russell, and in this module, we will review early pregnancy ultrasound scanning technique.
Next, I'll talk about transvaginal ultrasound. So for this, you're going to want to use the endocavitary probe. And here, your indicator is going to be on the top of the probe. So make sure that you have an empty bladder for this. This will allow the patient to be more comfortable and also decrease the amount of artifact that you're getting while you're imaging the patient. So you'll start off with the indicator pointing up towards the ceiling as you enter through the vagina, and you place the end of the probe right at the cervix. And so this will give you a long axis view of the uterus. So here we can see our long axis view of the uterus, our endometrial stripe here, and this is going to be our cul-de-sac, so our space between our uterus and our bowel or rectum. And then once you have the probe inserted here, you're going to just want to fan left or right, towards the patient's left or right. You then want to rotate the probe 90 degrees so the probe indicator is towards the patient's right. And this will give you a short axis view of the uterus. So here we can see a little bit of urinary bladder. We can see this is the uterus. We have our corneal flares, or kind of where the blood comes into the uterus. Here's our endometrial stripe. And this is again, our outline of our uterus. And back down in here, we have bowel and bowel gas. To evaluate the adnexa, you want to start off by seeing the uterus, and then you want to fan off either into the left or the right to be able to view the ovaries. So here we're rotating off to the patient's adnexa, and you can see that here's the ovary, and this patient has a very large corpus luteal cyst or a black anechoic, well circumscribed cyst here. Once you've found an ovary on one side, you want to stay in that same plane and just rotate to the other side and look for the ovary on the other side.